Welcome to our seminar today. This is going to be the first time home buyer seminar, and my name is Hercules Otieno. I'm a realtor with Edina Realty. So today is going to be step-by-step guide to owning your first home in Minnesota. Now we are going to cover some few topics on this seminar, and also I'm going to walk you through from start to finish on how you be able to purchase your first home, because it's a step. If you don't get yourself through these steps and you skip one, you might end up finding yourself in trouble. And that's why me as an agent, I don't want you guys to run into trouble. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand. And I say knowledge is power. So we start with number one. We're gonna be, why buy a home? Why are you buying your first home? And what is the reason for you to own a home? We see the reasons are you are building equity. Equity is the difference between what you're owing and what is the current value. Remember, when you're paying your home, you keep on reducing that the loan you're owing. And also remember, if the market is so good, it keeps on sending, the price keeps on, the property value keeps on going up. So that's how you develop an equity. Number two, you stop paying for the rent. So we see, if you're owning your property, you will end up finding that the rent, you won't be paying rent anymore. And why do we pay? When you pay rent, what happens? You always try to make somebody rich somewhere, because you're paying down their mortgage. Your landlord, you pay down the mortgage of your landlord. Number two, stability for your family. Yep. Let's say you are living in a 2-bedroom and then you bought a property with a 3 or 4-bedroom house. So at least, and then you have maybe 2 or 3 kids. Everybody now will be having their own room, and maybe you might also, if you're working from home, you might have your own office that you can be able to talk about. To have your privacy when you have your meetings, and you don't get interfered with everything. So that's another development. That's another advantage of owning your home. And then we have a long-term wealth, just like I mentioned up there on the equity. As you are paying down your debt, which is on a mortgage, you are also developing the equity on the house, and the value of the house is coming up. So you'll find, in the end of the day, you will be making some money if you're paying your money, if you're paying your mortgage consistently, and you're also making yourself make some money as you're going on. I would want to give an example. I like giving examples when we're talking on this. I had a client who we started talking about, kept on asking him that he should be buying his home. It's a good idea. And he was like, no. And then something happened that he's an immigrant. And then the wife joined him. When the wife joined him, they bought a house. Actually, it's a townhome. And then he lived there. The good thing, they bought this house when the market was down. They lived here, and then when the time came, he sold the house, this property that he bought. And now, you know what this guy made? He made almost over $144,000. I don't think there was any way he would be able to get that money. The guy was laughing to the bank. So why not you? Why are you not able to get something like that? Is it the income? Is it your credit? So that's why I would urge you to think about it. Now let's go to the next one. Rent pays your landlord. Ownership build your future. I think we've talked about that. Yeah. You work, if you're paying your rent, you're making money for your landlord. If you're paying your own, if you have your own property, you make yourself have wealth. So let's go on another one. Get pre-approved. Okay, this is step one. After you already got ready, you want to buy your own property, first of all, you have to get pre-approved. For you to get pre-approved, you have to meet with a loan officer. And meeting with a loan officer, they will be able to look at different things. They look at your income, they look at your credit, they look at your assets, and they try to see if you can be able to qualify. But there are things that you must also have in the back of your mind. You must know your budget. How much are you planning to spend? How much are you comfortable paying monthly? Another one is understanding your credit. We just talked about that. Credit is very important. Sometimes there's some hiccups on your credit that you don't know. So as you are going on and as you are going to be able to pull, these people pull your credit, if there are things like that, you can start working towards developing them. Another one, work with a trusted lender. What I'm talking about the trusted lender is I'm sorry. Trusted lender is somebody who you are comfortable with. You can either get one from your realtor if you're working with a realtor, or you can also get one from maybe like, I would always start with your bank. Your bank is very, very important because your bank, you bank there. It's like you develop that relationship, unless you're just somebody who always drop your money and you take off, or you have a direct deposit and you just go withdraw your money. Start developing that relationship. Start making yourself comfortable with the loan people in the bank. Know what are the criteria of this bank. How do you go about it to purchase your home? Talk to a realtor. I'm a realtor. You can reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number in the end of the day. And then another one is don't house hunt without pre-approval. Yes, just like going to a store. When you're going to buy stuff in the store, grocery store, you can't go there if you don't have money. You don't know how much you're going to spend, unless you're just somebody who goes there and buy, which I don't think that is the best way to manage your life. Go there and purchase something that you're comfortable with and know how much are you going to spend at the end of the day. So that's how I would be able to advise you. Another one is find the right home. So there are some factors that you have to look at before you can be able to get them to say this is my right home. The location. Remember, where you're purchasing your property, and there are some stuff that you can be able to relate with there. Because if you have children, you want where the security is, the values can go up, and it's almost accessible when you get out of work, kids get out of school. These are factors you have to look at. Another one, needs versus wants. Do you really need that big house? Because if your needs and wants, you have to look at what do you want and what do you need. Is it a big house that you want, or is it a big house that a minimum nice house that you need? So these are factors you have to check when it comes to purchasing your home. The future value, I think I talked about it on location matters. How much is this place appreciating? Like in Minnesota, most of homes appreciations are very good because it's a seller's market, but you also have to do your due diligence. And the due diligence, you can only do it with your realtor together and see. Have a conversation. Form a team. When you're buying a house, you have to try to form a team, because that team, in the end of the day, will help you to achieve that dream home that you wanted. Another one, not every beautiful home is a good investment. I think that when we talked about the future value and location matters. Yeah. You might get a property that is located, it's very beautiful, but location is terrible. You don't want to be part of that. Because remember, when you're investing this money, you want to also get something out of it. As much as you're going to live in this property, you also want to see how much you can be able to do what? To make out of it in the end of the day. So that is a very, very important factor that you have to look at when you're purchasing a home. Step 3, home inspection. Why do you have home inspection? The reason why you have home inspection is to identify hidden issues, protect your investments, and negotiate. Protect your investments. So out of that, when they do the inspection, they will see some things that you can't see with your naked eyes. And this is nice because it protects also your investment. And if you find that these things, you and your realtor, you can go back to the seller and ask to negotiate the price. Because remember, if you are going to inherit all these problems, you will have to negotiate the price and make sure that it is something that you can be able to cover these repairs that you're going to be doing. So remember, with the inspection, it can save you thousands of dollars. It's very important to do your inspection, and you must make sure that the inspection, in the end of the day, is for your benefit. If you look at my videos before, I always try to say, make sure you have your inspection done. Do not buy a property unless it's a brand new property that you're purchasing, because the brand new property, the developer or the builder still have they still have that warranty for you. Now let's go to step 4. You're going to be making an offer. So making an offer, this is going to be based on some different criteria. We have the pricing strategy. You must make sure you're making an offer for the price that is good. Do not make too much and do not make too low. Lowball offer, and with the market that is very competitive like right now, you will be able to not get a property. Another one, your realtor can help you with negotiating for the price. These are things that you must make sure. That's why you need to form a team. Competitive market, because the market is so competitive right now. If you make a lowball offer, and nobody won't even look at your you look at your offer, and then people start knowing. Realtors know. We realtors, we know each other. If we know that you always bring low offer, or your realtor always bring low offer, they will not want to work with them. When you send an offer, nobody wants to look at it even. And then the right strategy to win a deal. You guys have to set up. That's why I was calling and saying that you need to have a team. Out of this team, you will be able to try to figure out something that is much better and good. Now, let's go to step 5. Step 5 is closing process. Through the closing process, you will go through something called a title company. Title company, what do? Their job is to make sure that you have the property that does not have anything called a lien. And then whoever is selling the property is the right person, and there's nothing that will affect you down the road. So title company is very important. They play a very important role, and they're the ones who also get instruction from the lender, who will tell them how to distribute the funds that you have already applied for as a loan. Appraisal, the lender wants appraisal because they want to make sure that the property they are financing is going to be able to to support what their loan is. Like, for example, if you default, they can be able to go back and take your property, and so they use it as a collateral to hold on and to make sure that they have the property which they can dispose and recover their money. And then we have something called the final walkthrough. Final walkthrough is whereby you will go and find, when last time you guys went to look for this property, you went in, you saw everything was beautiful. Now, maybe when you are gone, the seller started taking off everything. You saw a beautiful range, you saw a beautiful fridge, you saw a beautiful dishwasher. Maybe there was another something that caught your eye, and that's why you love this house. But you didn't know that the seller, when they'll be leaving, they'll take all this with them, only to come and find that the house is left empty. There's nothing. So that's why walkthrough is very important. You have to do a walkthrough with your realtor, and this would help you to make sure that the stuff that you saw last time, they are still here, they're still in the property, and you'll take there'll be something that you'll be using. We make sure there are no surprises. Yeah, walkthrough also will make you not to make sure that you don't have any surprises in the property. Sometimes when they were moving out, they broke almost everything. So you are left there with a property that is like a rundown, and you don't know what to do. Now, let's talk about the common mistakes that first-time home buyers do get. You go with no pre-approval letter. You skip inspection, which you remember when I was talking about you must do inspection. You get the wrong lender, and then you have no professional guidance. Yes, with the I think I talked about the no pre-approval letter. The skipping inspection I also talked about. Wrong lender I also spoke about. But now let me talk about the no professional guidance. No professional guidance, it means that people who are supposed to be able to help you to make sure that you get the right property. It starts from your realtor, it goes to your lender, it goes to inspection, it goes to your title, and it goes all the way. Here. If you skip these things, people tend to say, I can go and do it myself. Well, you can do it, that's true. But sometimes in the end of the day, you might find that you made a mistake that will cost you heavily. So I would encourage you as a first-time home buyer to make sure you have the professionals with you. Somebody you trust, somebody who you have the background that you know that this person can be able to do this thing for me. Because you are very green, you know nothing. I know you can read stuff online, but are they enough? Sometimes practicals tend to be very good. Make sure you have the right realtor, make sure you have the right lender, make sure you have the right title company, and then make sure the information is being disclosed to you. And all this information, make sure you follow them. That is what we call having a professional guidance. And then, so me as Hercules, the realtor, when you're working with me, you have a unique advantage. As an immigrant, I do understand the challenges that immigrants go through. I know what it is that you will be able to find yourself into. Because where we come from, we don't have anything called for you to buy a property that was left for rich people. But when you come to this country, we find that you can be able to purchase a property. So, as an immigrant like you, I will understand and we can resonate together. I will guide you step by step with the trust and clarity. I will make sure that I do my best, and I will make sure that I make sure you succeed in what your dreams are. I will even help you by telling you or advising you if I'm seeing you're buying expensive. I will ask you, man, I don't think you can afford this. Go for something that's comfortable. I know most of people don't like that, but I feel that's supposed to be part of what I'm doing. I need to advise you on the right property, on the right price, and then also something comfortable that you can be able to afford. So, just like I said, my name is Hercules Otieno, and my phone number is 763-498-2650. I normally tell people I will give you a free consultation. You don't have to do business with me. If you feel that what I'm gonna tell you makes sense for you, you can give me a shot. And if you have somebody you want to you're working with, I don't have a problem with that. But my biggest question is, do you understand what you're doing? Because that is a very important thing. If somebody asks you on the side, hey, you are trying to buy a house here, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? You need to know that. So let's get you into your first home the right way. Reach out to me again. My number 763-498-2650. And thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for for watching this my little seminar. I hope it made some sense, and you can give me a call. Thank you.